it appeared from the stuff that we were provided that the three buildings, not only are they're not exactly identical, but they're pretty close to identical buildings. It also looks like the facade is essentially identical on all three buildings.
I would say that's accurate.
And it would seem to me that you've got a whole lot of very similar looking blocky style fronting on the road, and I'd love to see some I'm not the architecture certainly not my bailiwick, but I can tell that these 250 units, these are big buildings, and you've got three of them that are identical in both color and design. I don't love that. And then
Stalingrad, huh?
I know. And then the other two things. One is obviously we'll need a boatyard.
Yes, of course.
Thank
you so much for reminding me. But
I might have forgotten. I don't know. But seriously though, and I know you haven't addressed it, and somebody else will, and I'm content to wait with on the parking if it's going to be updated, but. Obviously, I don't have parking traffic. I think the big issue is going to be, traffic at the two endpoints here.
So let me jump to that for just a minute.
Wait, can I just interrupt? Because to Adam's point of the sort of visual impact of the three buildings, we've seen the frontage from Glover, and looking at the elevations, you've got an elevation across down to the Norwalk River. It would be nice to see a view from the Norwalk River, from Main Avenue, looking up. And
from
I know
Main Avenue?
There's going to be a tree line there, but what are you going to see?
Got it.
The other thing that's going to come up is the curve in that road.
It's going to be.
If you come out of the animal hospital, that road is curved, and there's nobody in there. It's the empty building festival across the street from you right now. So we had 740. Yes. The whole road has to change, I assume.
Yeah, and we're actually, part of this is that we're actually straightening out some of those curves a little bit. Not a huge amount, because we're still working within the rights of way that we have, but we actually are straightening this out a bit. And part of this actually, where we start with a little over 10 acres, we're going to end up with less than that, because we're actually, as part of the improvements here, we're actually giving land to the city in order to kind of straighten that out as well. So yes, we're very well aware of the curve.
There's no way that you could work a deal with the state to bring to bring your road up to Route 7.
No, we actually, we've had extensive conversations with the state, as you can imagine, the total relocation is just not a possibility. And this is all non-access line over here, of course, anyway, because it's a highway. So you're kind of limited as to what you do with the upper end of Glover Avenue. It really has to stay in that location, because it has to be far enough from that intersection. But then you've also got the topography and the river and the bridge that starts right there. So there's not a lot you can do with where you end up. It's a question of what you do.
If it could go all the way up to 7, or sometimes you'll see where the roads, they don't exactly merge, because there still would be some, like a concrete little divider, but they essentially merge to the same set of lights in front of each other.
Yeah, the problem with that is, and we actually looked at that. We looked at whether we could actually bring this road and move it over here or do whatever, and it's not working, and they were not willing to consider that as a realistic thing. They felt that this intersection needed to be separate from this intersection, and they're the ones that own the land, so we're kind of stuck with that.
What about on the other side when you're coming out to Main Avenue?
Yep.
Because that is
That's we have to go back to this area.
Down, or you mean down at the south end?
Because I'm telling you, to make that turn where the gas station is right there.
Down at the bottom down here?
Making that right turn is a bit challenging.
It is, and I don't want to get into traffic tonight, because I don't even have my traffic consultant here.